I've been telling myself these last few days that life's going to be simpler up here in Montana, but these last few hours have been the exact opposite. This thing blew its baffles out the exhaust halfway through the journey over from Iowa. So I've had a new exhaust delivered this morning. And speaking of deliveries, here's one of the several deliveries that I've had this morning. This should be a good chunk of herbicide getting delivered over into the liquid tank, so that is excellent. But yeah, this thing has been an absolute pain in the neck. Last few hours, a choice selection of swear words, hammers and a large gas axe. Managed to replace the exhaust, because it sounded like a top fuel dragster these last few days. But, job done. I'm very glad I've got this lift, I tell you. I know it does have a lift system on the truck itself. It does have quite a decent amount of ground clearance, but there's nothing worse than lying on your back trying to fix something. I'm taking full advantage of what I've got here, so loving this workshop so far. I dragged this thing in the other day as well, threw a new battery on it and a couple of gallons of diesel, and it runs like a dream. It's an absolute beauty. So I need to get it over to the wash area and get that thing, get it cleaned off, but that's far from important. What is important is a shopping spree. That's all I've got to say. That's what we're going to be getting on with first thing this morning. I've introduced myself to the boss of the local dealership down in the town there. I think if I remember correctly, his name's Tanner, I think. But yeah, giving him a list. That was quick. Goodness me. You don't hang around, do you, mate? It was literally like 3 minutes, wasn't it? Oh, there you go. That's the last of it anyway. We're now topped up with herbicide and liquid fertiliser, because as you can see from the field in front of us, herbicide is definitely what we need. That's going to be one of the first jobs. That's one of the bits of equipment that I've asked Tanner to source for me. He's got a handful of stuff down there waiting for us. We're going to go and do a bit of quite a few, several back and two trips, I think, but I'm going to go and have a look at the stuff he's found for me first, see if I'm happy with it. But I'm being good. I'm not sticking to just red equipment anymore. I figured there's hundreds of machinery brands in the country, around the world, thousands if not. So I'm going to try a few out. I'm going to spread my wings a bit. I believe he's got some Fendt equipment down there for me to have a look at. He's even got something yellow, Challenger, which I think in this case is basically a Fendt, but it's been branded Challenger and painted bright yellow. So that's quite interesting. I'm looking forward to that, as I say, branching out a bit, and I think he's even got something green down there, so would you believe it? A blue farm with a red tractor and some green equipment as well. But I'm not too fussed about sticking with Case anymore. I've got their flagship vehicle in the shed here, the 715. I do love a Case tractor, of course, a bit of Case machinery, but I've had all that for years, haven't I? So I shall make do with what I've got here. Anyway, right, now that the truck is fixed, I need to find Clara, and we're going to go off down to the shop and go check out what they've got for us. But yeah, like I say, life is going to be simpler up here in Montana. It really is. I mean, take, for example, what I had over in Taheton, just for driving around and getting myself from place to place. I bought that little Mahindra buggy, didn't I? Now, I don't need anything like that over here in Montana, because Mother Nature has provided a solution for me. I have Odin, my big black horse. If I need to get myself to the other side of that field for any particular reason, or over to those bins. See those bins in the distance? They're mine. I don't really know what I'm going to do with them. I believe the previous farmer did use them. But when he upgraded the silo system here on the farm, that's quite a big, it's a very big, in fact, very capacious silo system, so I don't think those bins over there in the distance have been used for many years, so not too sure what to do with them. We'll potentially take a trip out there and have a look at them a bit later on, but we'll see where time plays, see where time takes us. But yeah, we haven't got to mess around with the cows. There's a lot less input required from me. Still got to top them up with water and a tiny little bit of food, but generally as a rule, they're grass-fed. They live out on the prairies there. They don't produce milk. They're not milkers. They're Angus cows. So there's no manure to shift around, because the manure that they do produce goes straight back into the soil, into the land, and they just act as their own little natural fertiliser machines, don't they? So there's a whole lot less. So essentially, I'm just going to profit every now and again from fattening them up and selling them on and replacing them as time goes on. that's how it's going to work out, I think. So yeah, aside from topping them up with a bit of water, of which they have got something down there at the shop for me, a new water tank, a new water tanker anyway, so I can fill up the horse water trough and the cow water trough. Yeah, life's going to be easier. Well, no, let's not be naive. It's not going to be easy. There's still going to be plenty of hard work, and that's what we're both looking forward to. But compared to what we had over in Iowa, in Taheton, it's a lot simpler. So, let's get down to the shop. Ah, that's so much better. Doesn't sound like a top-fueled drag car anymore. Where are we? Roughly about there. There we go. Got that hitched up. Nicely done. Let's pull up that tailgate. Yeah, I figured I'd pick this trailer up and take it down with us. Because I'm sure there might be something we'll be able to bring back on here, but there's going to be a lot of backing and toing, I think, over the next few hours. Getting the bits of machinery back here. So, let's get down there and see what they've got for us. While we're here, actually, may as well pull up and show you. Because these two fields, either side of us, belong to us, belong to me. So this is a field of canola, just over 90 acres. So it's a pretty big size. Ready to harvest, ready to go. So we need to crack on with that. Now this is looking, it's reasonably healthy. I don't think the soil's in great condition. That does need topping up with the usual lime and fertiliser. And this is one of our 3 fields of lentils, which is also ready to harvest. I've never done lentils before, but as you can see, the weeds have been killed off quite recently. Now, the farm that I've just bought has been vacant for quite some time, but I believe a local farmer, I think his name's Mike, and he lives in that big whopper up on the top of the mountain there. He's actually been looking after the land for the last few months, which is very, very kind of him. So I do need to go and introduce myself to him and say a big thank you, potentially get him invited over, have a bit of a barbecue one day just to, you know, say thanks, because it's hard work looking after another farm, let alone your own. So, but yeah, there's 3 fields of lentils. We've got this one here he's obviously been dealing with, but the other 2 fields up on the top of the hill there near our farm, they are both still peppered with weeds. Now I need to get them dealt with. I don't want to be feeding those into my harvester, do I? So one of the things that we do have down here is a solution for the weeds, is some kind of sprayer. I think we've got a couple of kinds of sprayers down here actually, but we'll go through that when we get down there. See what Tanner's been able to find for us. So, like I said before, to the shop. Look at this though. This is beautiful. Well, this is us here. This is the dealership. So, where am I going to park this thing for now? I think we'll just sneak it round here on the right. Oh, here we go. This looks like it could be some of our new stuff. But you know what? I'll go and have a word in the dealership here first. Go and talk to someone, see if I can get a bit of information about what they've got. Oh, hello. Big and green. No doubt expensive. Yeah, I'll go see if I can find Tanner, see what he's got to say for himself. Oh, hello. Goodness me. Tractor salesman with a Gen 1 Viper? I'm in the wrong job. Wow. Very nice. Very nice. Oh, and hello. That's pretty helpful as well, considering my harvester that I've got up on the farm. That's handy to know. At least I know they can service this stuff. Right, so let's go see what they've got. Right, so I've got a bit of info on the stuff that he's picked up for me. So, let's have a look at this paperwork here. What have we got? So, he's picked us up this Bredel lime spreader. This is ours. This will do, I think, for now. We've got a water tanker. Obviously, needs no introduction. It's a tank of water, or it will be. Got a field roller. Now the exciting stuff. So, what have we got here? We have a Challenger 1050, which is essentially a Fendt 1050 in Challenger branded colours and badges. But it's got the twin row crops, 22-inch wide spread. But it was also fitted out with this Kubota sprayer, sorry. Now I'm going to go down this route with this stuff because combined, the tank of that and that is actually bigger than the tank that's on that crop sprayer over there, for example, which we'll come to in a minute. I'm going to use this initially, primarily, just for spraying herbicide, so I don't have to purge tanks and wash them out and stuff. I'll have this purely for herbicide and potentially that for liquid fertilizer. So, all looks very nice. That's going to be coming back home with us. Now, I'm really keen on this one. This is quite a unique one. It's a Fendt 930 Vario, but it's in a very unique and pretty rare Fendt colour. It's called Fendt Petrol, apparently. It's a pretty beastly thing. Obviously, you can see it's on the twin wheels, so it can spread its mass and get a bit more grip. But this is 300 horsepower. Weighs just over 12 tonnes. Plus its weight on the front. But yeah, it's a pretty nice looking thing. US spec, of course. And we have also got this Landol 7431. Now this is... I know we've got some big fields, I get that. But this is only... It's just over 10 metres wide. But it's a cultivator and a mulcher in one. So that's going to save me time, fuel and money, more importantly. So that's pretty good. We have ourselves this quite aptly named Great Plains planter. It's quite a beast. This is just over 18 metres wide. And this will do everything we need it to do. It's a pretty nice bit of equipment, to be honest. Looking forward to getting that on the farm. But yeah, this is just a seeder. It doesn't take fertiliser, so it's just for seed. So that's handy, I suppose. It's got a 3-point hitch connection here at the front. But yeah, it's got a nice big wide working width, just over 18 metres. What have we got over here? We have a John Deere. I'm buying a John Deere, would you believe it? It's similar to what Jack had back over on Taheton, I think. I think it's a slightly different model, but yeah, this is a R4045. It has a working width of just over 36 metres. 36.6, I believe, according to this paperwork, to be exact. But this will be our liquid fertiliser sprayer. So it's, yeah, really nice bit of kit. Now, one thing that the Kubota system thing there on the Challenger has, it has this fancy see and spray technology, so it's very economical with the herbicide. It's got like a camera system fitted to the boom, so it only sprays where it sees weeds, which is pretty cool. So yeah. Now I know there's going to be I'm sure we're going to be needing a lot more equipment into the future, but for now this is enough to get us started and allow us to make a dent in the jobs that we have ahead of us. Now these are very nice things as well. These aren't on my list as much as I'd like to say, yeah, I'm having all of them. No, these aren't mine. A lovely 9630 here. It's very nice, big beastie thing. Now I don't need one of these, do I? We've got the 715 for any articulated, extremely powerful tractor needs. What have we got here? An 8RX. I have kind of always liked these fully tracked tractors. It's a very nice thing. 410, not bad. Well, that's a beauty, isn't it? I like that graphic down the side. That's pretty cool. S700. Very nice indeed. Don't need one of them though. We've got our Claas Lex in there. We've got enough cultivators. What we got there? There's 3 of them there. One of them there, 2 of them. Yeah, cornered the market on cultivators over here, haven't they? Right, so this is all ours. So I need to stop faffing around here. We both, myself and Clara, need to get things loaded up. I think what I'm going to do, I'll see if I can squeeze the water tanker and possibly the roller onto the trailer here. I don't think I'll get that far, but we'll see what we can do. Yeah, a couple of hours hopefully, we'll have all this lot back home. Right, forgive me. I'm just shoveling a pastrami sandwich into my face. We're a couple of hours later on in the day now. I'll tell you what, my mum always used to tell me not to talk with my mouth full. Here I am, doing just that. But yeah, we've got everything back on the farm now. And the first job we're going to crack on with, because we do need to hit the ground running, we've got a lot of work to do. We've got 3 big fields up here that are absolutely rammed with weeds, so we need to get those weeds killed off. So that's going to mean jumping into our nice shiny yellow Challenger over here. Load both these tanks up with some herbicide from the tank here and get cracking. Yeah. Now this is the first batch of equipment. I suppose this was always the really good fun part of starting afresh and starting a new farm, is this, quite frankly, selfish shopping spree that I've just been on. Yeah, it's a nice place to be here. Even got a little fridge down there for a nice cold drink on a hot summer's day. But yeah, love it. It's a beauty, this one. So, let's just whip it round here. Start this thing, get it filled up. There we go. That should do. Right. So as I say, we'll get this filled up and I'll pick you up in a few moments' time when we're in our first field. Right, topped up. Now we're going to start in this one directly in front of us. It's the one that has the most, largest and most aggressive looking weeds in here. But yeah, excited to get started here. So let's unfold this. Now this has a working width of 28 metres, so I know it's nowhere near as big as the R4045, I get that. But this thing does have the spot spraying technology on it. So it is pretty economical. Well, that's not bad guesswork, is it? Oh, no, maybe a little bit out, perhaps. But, right, here we are. Let's get started.
Try to leave, you still make me wanna stay. You ask me to believe in the words that you say, but I can't be strong if you can't move on. Don't you think we've had enough of the trauma you bring? Ain't you tired of thinking we can get through anything? 'Cause I can't move on if you can't be strong. But every time I hear you say my name, it always feels the same. 'Cause I loved you for a lifetime. We can run through fire and rain, but it always feels the same. And I waited for a lifetime. So you say you wanna change, but lately things have been the same. And it's my heart you're holding back again. And I can't be strong if you can't move on. Every time I hear you say my name, it always feels the same. 'Cause I loved you for a lifetime. We can run through fire and
Right, there we go. First spot of Montana fieldwork completed. 1 down, 2 to go. So it's going to take a good few days for that herbicide to soak into those weeds and get them killed off. As I say, I'm going to jump into this one next on the left, and then field of peas directly behind us there. We're going to finish off with that one, but I'm going to get all that done shortly. I'm just making my way back to the tank now. We've used about 3/4 of what we had in the sprayer here, so it's pretty economical. But yeah, so we're going to, like I say, I'm going to get these 2 fields done, and then I'm going to give it a few days, allow that herbicide to really do its job, and then it's going to be time to run our first harvest. So I'm going to get all this stuff done off camera, and as I say, give it a few days time. I'll join you back when hopefully all those weeds have gone. Morning. I've found a job for the white to do, and look at that as well. After a good clean-up, it runs and looks like an absolute beauty. I can't believe this was just found unaccounted for, technically, at the back of that shed. This is a brilliant little tractor, and I've found the perfect job for it. This is, at the minute, now solely responsible for giving the cows and the horses a bit of a drink every day. So, it's a beauty. It really is. Just filled the tank up there from the tap that we've got. Now, a few days have passed, about a week now since I last picked up the camera. I'll take you by the big lentil field here just to show you the effect that the herbicide has had before we crack on with sorting the cows out. But yeah, look at that, that's much better, isn't it? That herbicide has really worked its way into those weeds, and they have all gone. All 3 fields are eradicated of weeds now, so we are ready this morning to do our first harvest. Cannot wait. So I'm just giving the horses and the cows a drink. Well, I've done the horses already. I'm just going to give the cows a top up in the water trough, and then Clara's going to run in the harvester, and I am going to run, I'm actually going to run in the big 715 in the quaddy with the big trailer. I'm going to run the grain cart in that one. Seems like the best option because the blue Fent is quite wide with it having its big wheels, as is the Challenger. But yeah, it just seems to me to be the right choice. So let's tuck in nice and tight to the water trough there. There we go. That should be us, I think. Nice. Right. So we'll get this lot sorted. I've got most of the equipment ready to rock and roll. We've got the header out the shed, hooked up to the pickup truck. The quaddies look hooked up to the trailer. We've just got to dig the combine out and get it round there. So we'll gather all that together. I'll see you in the field, ready for the first harvest. Right, we'll get this header connected up for Clara first. To be careful what I'm doing here. Not got a huge amount of room to manoeuvre about, but should just be able to. There we are, sorted. Excellent, excellent. Let's get that PTO connected up. Nice, right, okay. Looking if I can whip it round here just like that, that'll do there. Try not to smash into my truck. Now I know it's not far away from the yard, but we are fenced in around the yard there, and I can't actually drive the combine out the yard with the header attached because there's fence posts. So, right. Let's drop that down there. There we go. Nice. Carve ourselves a little path in here, and then it's ready for Clara to take over. Sort of think. That'll do. That will do. We made it. We're in. Didn't destroy a single piece of lentil, or a single lentil. But yeah, right. I'll go tell her this is ready. I'll pick up the quaddie. Now this is one of our biggest fields. This is quite a whopper, to be fair, so it is going to take a good few hours, but I'm not expecting a huge good yield either, obviously with the soil not being very well prepared. The pH values and nitrogen values, I believe, are particularly low, so the yield is not going to be good. But as I said, it's a big field and it is the first harvest, so things can only get better into the future once we do our prep, but all that to come. So as I say, go and get Clara and let's get cracking. And this is the last of it. There we go. Should get it all in here now. Lovely stuff. So, all in all, combined with what's in the silo already, what's in the trailer, and what was left in the combine harvester, there we go, that's done. 2,607.4 bushels, which is almost exactly bang on the money, 80 tons. So, it's certainly not the best, we know that. The ground was nowhere near as good as it can be, so we've got our work cut out for us. But it's still a whole load more relaxing than it was over in Taheton, I've got to say. We've got 2 months, essentially, to turn these fields around. Planting season for wheat starts pretty much now. We've got a few fields to get harvested still. There we go. That'll do. But yeah, we're not rushed off our feet, and that's what's most important, I feel. This is proper relaxing, if you ask me. So we get the last of it in here. There we go. That's that done. Let's power this down. There we go. So now we can go and grab ourselves some lunch, and the harvest will commence after that. The harvest will recommence, not commence. But yeah, as I say, it's just time to chill out. We can bring our lunch out onto the patio here, just take in the views, chill out, put feet up for half an hour. We'll get right back to it.